Happy Good Friday, everyone. Here's the crew tonight. Zach Gilday. Zach, I got to tell you, I got to brag on him a little bit. He did a weather talk this morning. He went to the gym, worked out this afternoon. He wrote a blog this evening on the severe weather threat, and then knocked out the 7 o'clock forecast.
Well, you're the example, Dan.
Well,
I gotta step my game up.
You're the example in terms of working out. So I got to step my game up on that. Happy Good Friday, everyone. Just got done with our service at First Baptist Fayetteville, right down the street. We also got Wyatt too.
Howdy, folks.
Wyatt Puck. He is our weather intern, and I will say that we do have that severe weather potential. We're going to look at it. There are still a few things that we have to kind of iron out as we look at it, but we are going to look at the day 4 convective outlook, Zach. We had it on the screen. Yeah. I can tell you this, that it's not very often that you see enhanced risks, meaning 30% of probability of severe weather in terms of the Storm Prediction Center risk. So, okay, Brian, let me know how that works for you to stare at the sun in order to prep for the eclipse. You might not have the ability to do that on April 8th. You know why?
Might be some cloud cover.
Yeah, it might be quite a bit of cloud cover. So, all right. Anyways, let's take a look at what's going on. Well, welcome. I appreciate it, Jason, for watching. And maybe you'll say, hey, you know what? They provided some good information. So we'll see how this rolls out. But let's take a look here at the severe weather risk. Thanks so much for everybody tuning in on this Good Friday. Speaking of Good Friday, we got Arkansas up 3-2. Versus LSU. And also there is a tinge of smoke that's out there. I can smell some smoke on the way in, and I don't think there should be any type of prescribed burns out there. But
yeah, I can tell you I smelt it at the station and at my apartment complex. I thought it might be someone's chimney, but might be something more.
Yeah, it smells like there's a fire. So we're going to check into it. If you guys hear anything, those are all the fires that are Montgomery, Clark County, Carroll County. Aha, there's our culprit. Well, that's Van Buren County.
There was one in Waldron, too, Scott County.
That might be it. It could be Scott County and that southerly wind that's pumping in. So, all right, we got a lot of questions, and we want to dive into this. Keep in mind, I only got 20 minutes because we've got the Fox 24 news at 9 o'clock. But here is a severe weather risk. This is the day 4 convective outlook. Now, what does this mean? 30% basically of severe weather potential within 25 miles of a point. So what it says is it's basically saying that severe weather and many severe storms are going to be, the possibility and the probability is looking pretty great that there will be severe weather. What it doesn't tell you is how great the tornado potential is. It doesn't tell you how great the hail threat is, and it doesn't tell you how great the damaging wind threat. It just kind of combines it all into one. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow, we're going to get an overall probability. And then on Sunday, Easter Sunday, we'll have an idea of the individual threats. And then Monday, they'll break down the individual threats as well. So let's talk about this severe weather risk. Day 4 convective outlook. Obviously, a very large area. We zip in. We kind of know now that the threats for these storms are going to be basically all on the table. Large hail, damaging winds, and the potential for tornadoes. Now, there are some things that have to be, fine-tuned in terms of the wind shear, the wind potential. Right now, what we know is that essentially maybe that wind shear may not line up perfectly, but we'll continue to watch it. We'll continue to see what we have going on. But, hey, we want to make sure that you're looking at our weather blog. And Zach, you actually put this weather blog together. I'll tell you what, Wyatt, you could bring it up on Weather 3. Just bring it up on Weather 3. Go to our knwa.com website. And that way, if you want to know more about the severe weather, and Zach will be updating this throughout the weekend.
Yeah,
I'm volunteering you.
We're still a little ways out here. So it's kind of like a living document. I'm going to be updating it tomorrow and then again Sunday and then probably maybe Monday morning. We'll see.
Wow, Monday morning?
Maybe.
That's going to be Josh probably.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Josh.
Yeah. So,
we don't have it 3.
So, 5. It's on 5. You were already on Weather 3. I'm sorry. The 3 is the new 5.
Yeah, I was just like,
5 is the
we
new
have
3.
A 5. But
so this is interesting. We used to have a way to switch sources, and it used to be 3-on-3. Now it's 3-on-5 because 3 just
Actually, I
died.
think Peyton updated the piece of paper.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to bring this up on weather 3, and we're going to bring this up on full. So this is knwa.com. I'm going to do something here real quick.
I was gonna see if I can find it.
Yeah, this is actually, it looks like it's zoomed in quite a bit. So let me go ahead and full screen, and now we got it. There we go. So this is that we can capture a part of the screen. So you go to weather, you go to weather blog, and when you click on weather blog, boom, there's the risk. Stay tuned for severe weather potential. So that's how you can get to our weather blog when you go to knwa.com. We have the latest risk. Zach put the latest forecast in there, and you can see what we're showing you, but also some of the ingredients that are important for severe weather. And to make you hungry, we have a nice advertisement with storms. And get your Arkansas Powerball ticket, $935 million. If you guys win that, I want to know. And by the way, let's just say you probably won't be on Facebook Live anymore. Here's the dew point. So we're going to show you this in motion, but a lot of people are asking about certain areas. I knew it was going to go to 30%. Definitely going to be a dangerous night, Monday night. We're going to continue to watch that. Cameron has a great question. There are a great comment. There are some capping concerns. There are definitely, like how strong the cap is going to be. Mm-hmm. We'll look at the CSU learning machine too, as well, and check that out. But I do want to show you this dew point map that surges the moisture northward. So here's what we've got on the dew point. So you'll notice we're right now in the lower 50s. You can feel that humidity that's out there, but you could see that moisture surging northward, and then that leads to dew points in the lower 60s. Now, here's my concern about this, Zach, is that we have already lower 60 dew points.
Yeah.
About 24 hours before the storms.
We just have no trigger mechanism.
That's why, because
we're not seeing storms.
Yeah. Hey, can I get Dan to take me storm chasing? Yeah, you could probably afford me then, Austin. I'm just kidding, man. But look at this now, 7:00 in the evening. Well, we've got that storm potential, 65 dew points, 65-degree dew points.
And is that still that light shade of green?
That is the light shade of green, and it happens in Northwest Arkansas.
Notice just south of that River Valley, those darker greens.
Yeah.
Upper 60s. And
lower 70s even when the yellow shade.
The yellow shade.
That's what the yellow shade is. Yeah, low 70s. Okay. Now, JF, all right. That's possible that all hype for severe storms in Fayetteville. It never happens. I don't know about never. We've got April 10th of 2008, Fayetteville had a tornado. March 19th, 2012, Fayetteville had a tornado. There was also tornado April 18th, 1880. That moved through right through the downtown Fayetteville Square. So I wouldn't say never. In fact, never say never to the weather. Not a good idea, in my opinion, because that's what we do. We never say never to the weather. But is it hype? Well, let's check this out. And in order to do this, this is what we're going to do. How rare is a day 4 outlook? And let's see what it did in the past. So we have the fact that they went enhanced already is a concerning. I smell a moderate in the future, I'm afraid. So let's see what we've got.
We were just making that kind of thought process earlier.
Well, guess we already thought of it. So we're going to bring up our screen right here, and we're going to take a look at, first of all, the most recent Central Arkansas Ohio River Valley event was 2 weeks ago Thursday. We know what this one was. This was the baseball size hail and softball size hail. Hot Springs Village that got rocked by a tornado. So there is the 15%. Now that's not even a 30%. That's just the day 4 outlook that doesn't even have, and we'll remove our camera from the screen here, and you'll see that that's the day 4 severe weather outlook. So let's see what happened as a result of that day. Ooh, a lot of storms. Fayetteville did get impacted by storms. In fact, power was knocked out on the east side of Fayetteville. So I wouldn't say necessarily that was a dud. That came to fruition.
And that risk was a lot lower.
And that was a 15%, not even a 30%.
And it wasn't even really over Northwest Arkansas. It was kind of south.
Yeah. So let's take a look at another one. Here's another storm. Once again, another 15%, not a 30%, but still shows you that a day 4 outlook has been issued. And this is where you have right in the Great Lakes region in the Ohio Valley and the Mississippi. And look at all the tornadoes. Also, let's go back again and look at it. Look at all the storms that happened in, they didn't even have the storms in Alabama and Mississippi. So let's go ahead and you can advance it. And there you see the result of that event. I'd say that was a surprise derecho there. Not surprising because you have those in August all the time, where they could be quite a bit of a surprise. Next event, let's see what we have. Once again, just a 15%, not even a 30%. Have we had a 30%? Well, we'll have to see. There's some storms, maybe not as big. Well, we just showed that, as a matter of fact, Travis. Oh, last March. That is a good idea.
I was just thinking that. I was thinking about March 31st of last year.
Oh, boy. Now we've got finally a 30%. And look at the time, too. April 12th, which, by the way, my wife and I's anniversary.
Oh, nice.
On April 12th.
Nice.
Yeah. Maybe not the best idea to have an anniversary right during severe weather season.
Yeah.
But thankfully we hit it right. Yeah, never say never. There's a look at a 30%. You ready for this? This is the result of that 30%.
That was a massive day.
I'd have to say that verified.
Yeah.
All right.
Nah, I'll hype.
Yeah, can be to some. All right, let's look at the SPC. Let's go to, I'm going to bring this up here in just a second, but we got to look at March 31st, 2023. So we can do this pretty quick. It ended up becoming a high risk. But what was the day for?
Yep.
Oh,
I thought so.
Uh-huh. Yep. All right. So
That one's way bigger.
is there a way to keep it from animating?
Yeah,
right there. I scroll down. Ooh, and look who issued it too. Elizabeth Lightman. She's awesome. Okay, so you're obviously not seeing what we're seeing, but you will here shortly because I'm going to share my screen and you'll get to see this right here. 30%. So this was the March 31st, 2023 event, 4 days in advance, March 28th. When we say 4 days, by the way, it technically is, in terms of the calendar, 3 days. Because you have 28th, 29th, 30th, 3 days, and then you have the 31st. So really 4 days out because the day 1 is actually the current day.
Yeah.
So that's sometimes a little confusing. You can think of day 1 as day 0. So what did that do? How did that look? Well, let's look at the verification. My goodness, there were a lot of storms. Now, what was interesting about this event is you'll see that the day 4 outlook had it east of us just a little bit. This time, that risk is kind of smack dab over us. So there's going to be potentially some issues that we have to watch. So that's a look at the essentially the day 4. How about this one? Can you show us April 4th, 2023? Because that date was pretty big. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't know if that'll.
Andrew, what's going on, man? I just got to give a shout out to my wife. Shameless plug. Thank you so much. She was awarded yesterday as one of the top Cobalt Banker real estate agents in the globe.
Hey, you got to brag every
So
now
in
and
the
then.
globe.
There's
That
nothing
was
wrong
pretty
with that.
awesome. Well, here's the deal, Brian. 97 Ford Taurus SHO, definitely a nice car. I used to have a stick, by the way. Love
Was it a
that
manual?
car. Oh, yeah. It was a manual.
All right.
That puppy would fly.
Now we're talking.
And we've done a lot of chasing in that Ford Taurus SHO. We ran that thing into the ground. But as fast as the show was, it's not going to go 1,650 miles an hour.
No.
That's how fast the shadow of the moon goes. So
Hey,
good.
maybe if you get one of the old NASCAR stock car Ford Tauruses, there you go. No.
1,650 miles an hour.
If it's Mark Martin behind it.
Maybe, or maybe what is it? Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Max
he
Verstappen.
might be able to keep up.
Yeah.
His Taurus tops out at 1600. That's
Oh,
pretty.
wow.
I wonder how much the wheel shakes with
Is that
that.
the RPMs or the
It'd
Um,
be
speed
like
limit?
a
Okay, so let's look at April 4th, 2023. That was a big day too. I love our viewers, man. They know so much about storms.
right.
Is that cool? Like they can rattle off dates too. All right, so April 4th, that was a moderate risk. There were some tornadoes. What tornado was that? I'm trying to think here. Oh yeah,
Oh.
Madison County, the weather's tornado. I remember that. So let's go to the day 4 and see what we had.
already there.
Look
Yeah.
at this. All right, so we'll bring this up and we'll take a look. Add to the stage. There is the April 4th, 2023, day 4, another 30%. How did that do in terms of verification? I'd say pretty good. There were definitely a lot of storms. It actually became a moderate risk. There were 2 moderate risks. I remember that. And there was a tornado in Madison County in Weathers. We were tracking that storm and also some hail. But you'll notice once again, when we look at that day 4, it's on the eastern edge of us. But what about this day 4? This day 4 for us, not so much. So let's go back to weather 1. We'll bring this up
Yeah.
and we'll kind of bring this up forward.
On that April 4th day, I still have some pictures of pea-size hail. We had some MP Ridge, and then that one also kind of caught me off guard because it looked like it was moving to, to the north, and then it started hanging east on us.
So there's the day 4, and then you can see the difference compared to where we were at. So yeah, not as much of a deal. So definitely a little bit of a threat. Now that's actually looping through, obviously, because it's an animated GIF. How about this? April 13th, 2008 was a big Mountainburg tornado. That's what it was. And that's Friday the 13th, too. Let's go to that and we'll take a look. I remember that day. That was a crazy storm. So this is how you look these up, by the way. You just go into the archive, go back, and it's really easy. Storm Prediction Center makes it really easy. So we just go to 2018. You got to know the date, though. April, we'll retrieve events. We'll scroll down. April 13th, moderate risk. Look at all the tornadoes. Let's see what the day 4 looked like. 15%. That's it. Was there a day 5? Nope. Day 6? No. And there, don't forget, there was a day 5 for this one. So the probability is definitely increasing. And let's look at the latest verification on that. We'll go to a newer one. Yeah, look at all those tornadoes. Storm Prediction Center does really good, man.
Yeah.
When you see this and how difficult severe weather forecasting is, it's pretty impressive what they actually do.
And notice how there's only a few that are few reports that are out of that outside of the main risk areas.
Yeah. April 27th, 2014 verification. We can go to that. So we got to go back a little bit and we go 2014. I know exactly what you're talking about. This would be I remember this day. This day was very terrifying. We had severe weather over us, and we actually had a high risk. A high risk covered our weather coverage area. You ready for this, Zach? Moderate, but then they went high at 20Z, and that did clip parts of our southern weather coverage area. The way it started off was a big moderate. Now, the day 4, they didn't issue back then the percentages, but they overlay them all. And you can see day 5 and day 4, see how it shifts westward? That's a possibility. And that's something that can always happen with severe weather, is that those risks shift westward. So anyways, that's what we got there with the severe weather risk. Let's go to some of the future track models. We won't be able to dive into too much. I'm not going to look at photographs because it's just too far out. But what we can do is we can look at this system on the water vapor. And so what we'll do is you'll see that we've got on water vapor, that is a very large system once again. And this system is actually digging. Look at that. I think the models are actually underdoing the amount of energy.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, this is big time.
So if this system goes like right now, it's forecast to be a positive tilt. If it goes negative, then would that make it set up more west of us?
That's a good question. I think a negative tilt would actually speed it up, and it might be like Sunday night into Monday morning. It
Yeah.
might speed up that much.
Yeah, that's right.
Literally.
Yeah, it was.
So
yeah.
we're going to continue to watch that. But that's the system. We don't have any high resolution model data. Yep, Bologna. Now that was not a dud. That was a big time storm. And I remember what we had here. We were super humid. It was a matter of fact right around the Race for the Cure. Race for the Cure was that Saturday morning. My mom was in town, and the storms went nuts on April 27th, 2014. There's some bad storms that can happen.
I was 9 years old and watching that on the Weather Channel at that time.
So the Race for the Cure was on Saturday. It was real muggy. It was real humid. And my mom flew in on the 26th on that Saturday. And then that Sunday, those storms happen. Whenever my mom comes into town, it always seems to just go nuts. But anyways, here's a look at the future track. And one of the things you'll notice is that this is a positive tilt. Now, positive tilts, just to let you know, what they do is prevent storms from moving eastward rather quick. So there's a chance that this day 3 risk will get shifted west even more. That's not out of the question. But I think the models are kind of being a little consistent, showing that storm activity. We can actually show this positive tilt too. So this is about the last thing I'm going to be able to show. There you see that system digging in. Now, just because it is a positive tilt does not mean that you can't see massive severe weather. On March 1st, 1997, that was the Arkadelphia tornado, killed over 20 people. That was a big tornado outbreak in Arkansas. That was a positive tilt, and there was a lot of moisture and instability similar to what we're going to see. Look at all that energy, man. Now, that is starting to swing out a little bit more, I think, than what the models show. And look at how it's coming from Baja.
Yes, the models are not going to do a good job with that.
Nope. All right. Last thing, and then I got to close it down. And I want everybody to have a great Easter. This is the forecast for the weekend before the eclipse. And this is the eclipse forecast.
Oh,
boo! The models are not, it just does not look friendly.
Head for the Appalachians.
I think we should show the Easter Bunny.
Yep. Yep, exactly. I think so too, Zach. And then with that being said, we're gonna end our broadcast this way. Some warm fuzzies here. There you go. There's the Easter Bunny. So there you go. The Easter Sunday forecast. Oh, that's funny. Totally no totality. Yeah. So there it is. Excellent weather. 81 gusty winds. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. You have a great rest of your Good Friday. Razorbacks are still up. Ooh, bases loaded. Nobody out. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. Got to be quiet on that. But hey, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. And take care. Have a great Easter. Remember, never say never to the weather. Yes, it can dud out. Yes, it can weaken. Yes, it can fizzle out. But we're going to be here if it doesn't.
Yep.
We'll be here if it does.
Be watching it.
Yeah, we'll be watching it. Keep you updated. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Good evening, folks.